Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're enjoying your Thursday. Hey man, this is kind of a crazy story. Kevin Spacey went on social media the other day, I think it was Instagram or something, and basically said he is homeless, bankrupt. I don't know exactly what that means. Does he literally mean he's bankrupt? But anyway, you know him if you were a child of the 80s, right? He's done some pretty memorable movies over the years. But it's kind of interesting. Supposedly, he was in the 70 million net worth range, 50 to 70 million if you come down here, right here. If you remember a few years ago, out of the woodwork, you had some women come out and talk about, sexual assaults and things like that. And by that point in time, which I think was like 2017, Netflix fired him from, what was it, the House of Cards, I think he was acting in at the time. And anyway, I don't want to get all into that. I mean, he's obviously a free man today, knows those charges ever stuck, and he paid a lot of money. Must have paid a lot of money, right? So, I don't want to even read this article. It's kind of depressing, but um, it's funny right here. The caption underneath the picture says he now is worth 2 million. Like if you were just me or you in an average situation and you hit 65 or 67 and you had 2 million in your bank account, we'd be saying like, man, you're going to have a nice retirement. That's what we would be telling you. So it's pretty crazy that he must apparently, if any of this is actually true, he must still have a pretty expensive lifestyle. Uh, if 2 million can't get him across the finish line, he's 66 years old begging to work for major Hollywood's production again. But anyway, I only brought this up because people in 2025, and I think it's mostly an American thing. When I tell them about finances and why they should invest in the stock market and do things like that, uh, it's just a financial literacy thing, right? And this is pretty common with America's wealthy. Um, but this is why you should take care of that. Despite all the sexual legal allegations in courts and paying people off and this or that, right? Uh, Kevin Spacey, 70 million, 50 to 70 million dollar net worth. He should have had plenty of money to still be living today. Uh, Instead of this dwindling down to what it says here, 2 million, right? Right. You see the 2 million right here. I mean, I think I'm not excusing what he did or didn't do. I don't know what all that is, but my point is just from a pure financial standpoint, like the guy should have been able to pay his legal fees and have still a tremendous amount of money left. We call this in financial terms, like when you go to college, we call it lifestyle creep. It's when you keep making extra money, your income's rising, but you don't keep your expenses here. Instead, you just keep spending, spending, and spending. It becomes a lifestyle creep, because say you make another $20,000 a year, but instead of just living within your means here where you were always happy anyway, you continue to raise your expenses by 20,000. And so you never really escape the financial rat race, if you will. You never escape it, because every time you get a pay raise or something, you end up increasing your expenses that equal amount or surpass it, which is even the worst case scenario. And obviously, if you're anybody wealthy, hang on, where's this at? Right here, 70 million, and you're broke today, it's because you didn't keep lifestyle creep from happening. Which, by the way, I will just tell you right now, uh, I don't know how many of you know anything about Warren Buffett, right? But Buffett, the greatest investor of all time, he still lives in the same Omaha, Nebraska ranch house that his wife and him bought, I think like back in the 60s or something, like 1960s. And we're not talking like a ranch mansion. We're just talking about like where the hell you think of a ranch house, like maybe a split story, like part of it's underground and then you got one level above ground kind of thing. It's not a mansion, guys. Uh, it's really not that ritzy looking at all, and that's frugality, right? And this guy's got billions. Like, he's in the top 5 richest guys in the world, I believe. I mean, but that's just an example of being a good investor and frugal. Could he and probably should he maybe enjoy life a little bit better and maybe spend a little more? Probably. It ain't going to hurt the guy, but I'm just using that as an example. The guy lived within his means his entire life. He's already given his children all the money they'll ever receive from him, as he's already given his money upon his death away to like various charities of such. And all of his kids have already been given all the money that, according to Warren Buffett himself, that they'll ever receive from him. Okay? That's pretty wild, guys. But once again, I'm not justifying what Kevin Spacey did here. I'm just talking about money here. It blows my mind that a $70 million dude potentially only has $2 million left in his bank account. And according to him, he's living out of hotels and Airbnbs, if you read this article right here. Which, by the way, isn't being frugal with your money. If you're living out of hotels and Airbnbs, yeah, you should probably go buy yourself like a little tiny home and just live in it. And then if you get some new acting jobs, maybe blow it up or something later on. But it's pretty sad. And this is common. This is very common. We still have full grown adults in America who will put money in a cookie jar and hide money under mattresses and pillow, and they won't invest it. And remember, this isn't gold, guys. This is paper money. Paper money. It doesn't even keep up with inflation, the cost of living, because it's not invested. Like, historical America, you at least need to be pulling in about 3-4, 5% a year to stay either ahead of inflation or flat with inflation. In other words, your money just doesn't gain anything at all or lose anything. Excuse me, guys. But when your money's hiding in a cookie jar under the pillow, the mattress, and all that shit, you're losing money decade after decade after decade. That's just the reality, guys, whether you like to hear it or not. Anyway, guys, I found this story kind of interesting. What do you think? Talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.